Well, hello and welcome back. It's been a long time since I've done one of these. Retirement's been good for me, and here we are now in Tolpuddle. So we're preparing some curries for the inaugural visit of my son Bobby tomorrow. So I thought I'd do a little video of the curry club in action once again, but on retirement. So today we're doing 3 curries for you. We're doing 2 vegetarian ones. We're doing a manchol jol, which is a green bean and potato curry and a tomato sauce. We're doing a roasted butternut squash and sweet potato with chickpeas in a coconut sauce. And we're doing a mild chicken. It's marinating there in yogurt with saffron, garlic and ginger. And we'll do a mild chicken curry as well. So here we go. We'll start off with the manchol jol, which is potato and green bean, as I said. So into a pan, I'll put some oil, been heating. I'll put in them some sliced onions to start with. The mix for this one is very simple. It's going to have mustard seeds, or I'm going to use whole grain mustard. And then the spice mix, it's got cumin seeds, ground cumin, chili and turmeric. So that's all the spices there. There's no garlic or ginger in this one, but it's a rich tomato sauce. It's beautiful, it's simple, and it's one of my go-tos from the days at Hawthorns. So hope you're all doing well, and fingers crossed we don't go into a third lockdown, but it's not looking that great at the moment, is it? But still, fingers crossed for that. As I say, life has been treating us jolly well here in Dorset, and I'm really settling into having the freedom and the time. So anyway, into the onion mix I'm going to put the mustard, and that'll sizzle around and start the pot fairly quickly. I'll just wait for the onions to soften up a bit more before I put into the spices and add the potatoes. Right, so they're softened up a fair bit now, so I'll put it in that mixture. As I said, it's 2 teaspoons of cumin seed, 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, a little bit of black pepper, and that's into that. So into there I've got some potatoes here which I've scrubbed and diced, but I've left the skins on. It's just a preference thing really. It's also preserves the vitamin C content, in terms of that's where most of the nutrients are, just beneath the skin of the potato. So if you peel them, you chuck away most of the decent part of it. So we're just covering that in the spices, getting that all nice and coated, and then I'm going to put into that some tomato puree, about a tablespoonful. Give that a good stir up. And then I'll add a bit of water to cover those potatoes to cook them. And we're going to leave that on the back now for about 10 or 15 minutes before I add the tin of tomatoes and the green beans to finish off, because obviously the potatoes are going to take longer to cook. So I'll put those on the back one now, and we'll crack on with the next curry. So the next curry we're going to be doing for you is going to be our chicken korma as such. Well, it's not quite a korma because I haven't got nuts in it, but this is a thickened chicken curry using gram flour. It's, as I say, it's marinated at the moment in yogurt that has got garlic, ginger and saffron in it. And then the spice mix here, we've got garam masala, we've got turmeric, we have a little bit of the paprika, saffron, cinnamon and mace. So it's quite sweet spices in this one. Okay, so I'll put the oil in, get that up and running. And I'm going to first of all soften off the onions here. So they go in to the oil. Again, I use oil. You know, traditionally they'd use ghee, but in the interests of health and whatever, it's much easier just to use oil. Better for you than using all that. But you will obviously not have quite the same flavour as you would with ghee. So fry those off for 2 or 3 minutes to just soften them up before we add the chicken to it. Right, so I will put the chicken in just a piece at a time, keeping the yogurt, most of the yogurt marinade to put in a little bit later. Yeah, Chloe's in the background giving it a bit of large because she wants a bit of chicken, I think. So just get all that chicken meat in there, let it brown off in with the onions. Give that a good stir around now. So let that cook through, and then I'll put the spices into that and let the spices coat it before we add the gram flour and the chicken stock, and I'm going to cheat with the chicken stock cube, but there we go. Oh, I'm out of practice with this, aren't I? Anyway, so in now goes the spices, and in there's 2 teaspoons of garam masala, a spoonful of the paprika. It's also got, let me get this right, some mace, ground coriander, saffron, and some cardamom seeds in there as well. As you can see, that's thickening up already with the addition of the spices. I'm going to crumble in a little bit of chicken stock cube, and then I'm going to add in the rest. Sorry, no, I almost forgot. I'm going to add in a couple of teaspoons of gram flour. So gram flour is ground chickpeas, so it's gluten free. It's a traditional thickening agent within Indian cooking. As I say, I only need a couple of teaspoons in there because it thickens up, as you can see, very quickly. And now I'm going to add in the rest of the yogurt. I'm going to wash that out with a little bit of water. Into there. So that should cover that nicely. It'll be a nice, thick, creamy type sauce. So you can see it's quite a rich colour. I'm going to add a little bit more water to that. And that's going to take about 20 minutes or so to cook through. But I'm going to stick that on a low heat over this side and get on with the final curry. So on with the very final curry. very unprofessionally, I haven't got my pan ready, but I have now. There we go. So, as you can see, the potatoes are nicely simmering in the back here at the moment. Gently simmering away. The chicken here will get going in a minute, but now we'll start off on this one here. So this one is the roasted butternut squash and sweet potato, which I've roasted off already. It's got a base of onion, garlic and ginger to start with, so we'll put that in there to soften up. Basically we'll make the sauce up for this one and then add the pre-cooked vegetables to it. So that's how this one will work. And so we've got that fried away. And then in the spice mix for this one here, we've got some curry leaves. We've got cinnamon stick, turmeric, garam masala, chili flakes, and 4 cardamom pods that I bruised, salt and black pepper, which obviously we use to season it all at some stage. So that's sizzling away now. I'll just let that soften down for a little bit more, because otherwise I'll just have a raw onion taste to it. So, and with this we're using chickpeas and coconut milk to provide a nice creamy sauce. Right. There we go, that's nicely on the way. Into that I'll put the spices now. Give that a good stir.